So here's the thing. Alright, hey guys, I'm back. Ignore the clothes in my bed. I was unpacking and I just didn't put them away yet, so don't even say anything to me. This video is gonna be a little bit different today. I had nothing planned. I basically went to my Instagram and I said, guys, just send me a bunch of random stuff for me to talk about. So it's gonna be a random video. I'm just gonna be talking about anything that they decided to send me. Before we get into it, go ahead and like this. Oh my gosh, I was about to do my outro. Go ahead and turn on my post notifications and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that was sent to me were actually two questions. One, what is something you have improved on and also slacked on during quarantine? As far as improved on, honestly, I can't even think about like improvement as much as like starting new things. Slacked on, I think my sleep schedule, even though I got it back. Also, I washed this shirt and it got like marks on it, but that's fine. And I'm not that mad because I actually have another shirt exactly like this. I was going to bed, I kid you not, at 7 in the morning, waking up at like 4:30. She also said, do you miss the fast-paced life or do you like the slower pace and why? I feel like there are two sides of it for me. I liked getting up and getting my coffee and going to my senior project class. I actually loved that. It was so much fun. I would come in, I would save a seat for my best friend and we both have our coffee and just like kiki it up, have a good class. What I do like about the slower pace is being able to like think, even though things are not really slow for me right now, I do like the idea of like not having to think so much and stress all the time because you're just like at home, you know what I mean? The next thing that was sent to me was, who are your favorite TikTokers? I have a lot of them. So it's Caitlin Hello. I don't know if y'all follow her or whatever, but she like does like impressions and skits of different kinds of people. So she does Wasp Mom and LA Mom, and y'all, when I tell y'all she's so funny, like if SNL doesn't hire her, stat. Also, Lakewood Poppy. I love Lakewood Poppy. When I think about my activism, he's everything I want to be. Also, Fat Raccoon, one of the most beautiful girls I've seen in my life on TikTok. She's also what I want to be when I think about my activism. I love her. She's gorge. I can't even believe that people like that exist. I am Tabitha Brown. Obviously, that's everybody's mother. I'm sweating now. Oh, stay tuned in future videos for something about sweat. A few more. Looney. I don't know if you guys know Looney. I mean, her real name is Sierra, but that's her TikTok name. She is so funny, and she just got pregnant, so I'm really excited for her. Dead Dave. Dead Dave is so funny. Oh my gosh, I love him. And then honorable mention, Layla. Her name on TikTok is Lay's Chips, but I have to do honorable mention for this because literally in the dance department, we would, especially me and my best friend Fred, we would see Layla be like,
oh y'all, like Layla's famous on TikTok.
But like now she actually is. She had a lot of followers then. Now she has so many and she's like blown up and I'm really proud of her. So I have to do honorable mention for Layla. What are you reading right now? Guys, I just ordered 2 books because it's like a series and I think they only have the first 2 books out. I'm starting this series called Little White Lies. I'm so excited about it. I love a good like mystery, but also like a strong female character. You guys know that about me already. It's basically about this girl who like her grandma wants her to become a debutante, but things start unfolding. She agrees to it and she starts realizing that like her life is not what it seems. The people around her are not what they seem. Mystery about her dad, like y'all, and I'm ready for that. The next thing that they sent me was hair. So I actually have so many different opinions when it comes to hair. 1, don't touch people's hair without asking ever. 2, certainly don't touch Black people's hair without asking, and here is why. The historical context is different, okay? For years, Black people have been compared to animals. When Black people were sold as slaves, there were people who would literally come grab their hair, touch their skin, open their mouths, basically poke at them like cattle. Black people were also displayed in circuses as like, they were like made to be spectacles, something to be looked at, something to be stared at. There's just a lot of othering that has gone on with Black people throughout history, even still today. I'm sorry to break it to you if you just have a fascination with Black hair, but the fascination that you do have, you might want to check it because it is rooted in othering. You're fascinated by your hair because it's different. Now ask yourself, different from what? It's different from what you think is the norm for hair. So the next time you want to reach out and touch a Black person's hair, don't do it. Stop touching people without consent. Another random thing that was sent to me, peppermint. This was from my friend Angelita. I just had to say that because this is such a thing that she would say. When I was younger, I would, instead of take cough drops, eat peppermints instead because I would say,
oh my gosh, like peppermints clear up your airway, they clear up your airway.
I thought I like cracked the case. I was like, if you eat peppermints, your nose like will never be stopped up. Also, one time in the 6th grade, I had one of those big peppermints that were like a different texture and it was huge, so I couldn't just put it in my mouth, so I was like licking it. And I turned around in my lunch seat and someone walked by and they knocked it out of my hand, and I was so sad about that. The next thing that was sent to me, trying on old dance costumes. And first when I saw this, I was like, but I don't have any old dance costumes. Actually, yes I do, and they make me a little bit sad. I told you guys that I had this thing called ACDA that I was going to, and I still have the costumes for both of the pieces that I was in. Okay, so this is costume number 1 for my group dance. I don't know if y'all will get the full effect because it wasn't supposed to be worn with something like this under. We had to wear a skin tone leotard underneath, and then we had black suit pants. This is so weird even having this on. And for this next part, if you know, you know. Now this next costume is kind of sad because nobody ever got to see me in it. My group dance at least performed in our fall show. Nobody ever got to see this costume. So this was gonna be my costume, and it has like long legs. I got some deodorant stain on it. This was gonna be the costume for my solo. I was so excited for this. Also, if you can't tell, like I love turtlenecks. I think I've already said that. And nobody will ever see it. Okay, so that was a nice little trip down memory lane, I guess. So the next thing that I was sent, it's from Ethan. I have to say that he said, OMG, if you like animals, could you talk about your favorites and fun facts? Okay, I love this question because I love animals. So animals that I love: sea otters, dolphins, giraffes, dogs. A cute little fun fact about dolphins: they just sometimes will wash up on beach shores. They can't control it. Sometimes they just wash up and people literally have to send them back. They have to send them back into the ocean. Also, sea otters, y'all, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like that's like who I am to my core, like a sea otter. Oh, giraffes fight with their necks. That's another fun fact that I know. Ethan also said, something interesting you've talked to me about before was Haitian folklore and voodoo. Okay, look, y'all, this is actually a very serious conversation. People joke around about like dabbling and stuff like that, but I don't think it's a joke because it's actually real. I actually know a Haitian girl who her dad went to Haiti and like had a love spell cast on him. She actually started to see the effects of it. I have aunts who do voodoo who I've never communicated with, never talked to, never seen because of that. It's real, not something to play with. That's it. He asked about like plant-based food, like how it's been good for me, how I supplement, blah, 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 like what changes have I seen. I'm not plant-based or vegan yet. By the way, I wanna make the distinction, they are not the same thing. That is eventually the lifestyle I want. I wanna be a plant-based vegan in the future. And he said you could review things like performances, fashion shows, red carpets, etc. What I could review real fast is the Rain On Me music video by Lady Gaga, okay? It is giving me very much so space, galaxy, apocalypse, last people on earth, Return of the Jedi, but make it fashion and make it dance. It's so good, go watch it. And I just love the song, I'm obsessed. It makes me feel like I'm like walking down a runway, like. Okay, so 3 things from Jenna. And Jenna, you know who you are, girl. What is the most annoying habit someone can have? Y'all, I got a lot of these. I got a lot of things that people do that get on my nerves. I probably do a lot of things that get on people's nerves. It's okay, it's a normal part of life. I'll tell you what's one of the #1 things is people who try to make small talk with me. I don't like small talk. It feels really fake because we both know that we don't want to be talking right now. And guess what? Maybe you do, but I don't. I'm sorry. There was this boy at work who he literally said, he was like,
I'm just gonna make small talk because I want to stay off my phone.
Like, if you don't, no, get on your phone and leave me alone. That rhymes. She said garden gnomes. I love this one because it's so random. Honestly, when I think about garden gnomes, I think about them coming alive because I feel like there's always some kind of movie coming out about the life of like garden gnomes or other like stationary objects like that come to life. Isn't there a movie called Gnomes? I think there's a movie called Gnomes. Okay, childhood memories is the next thing that I was sent. Me and my sister actually had the funniest childhood. Growing up, like before like my brother came along, it was just me and her. We would come up with the craziest games, the craziest songs. We also used to play this game called Chicken and Bowie, which it makes no sense. I would put my hand in her mouth like this, and she'd be biting down. And we would name foods. If she liked the food a lot, she would bite down harder. And for me to get her to lessen the bite, I would have to say a food that she didn't like. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is so stupid, it makes no sense. I don't know how we came up with Bowie, but I guess Bowie is supposed to be a food that like, you don't like. So I'd be like, chicken, and she would bite really hard. I'd be like, no, Bowie, 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 Bowie. And she would like lessen up, and then until one day she was like, kept biting hard. And I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I like Bowie now, like. And the very last one is from my friend Destiny. She said, what didn't they tell you about growing up? Skincare, daily self-care, how to handle fear. I'm trying to think, like, I had a mom who talked a lot and communicated a lot. Oh my God. Communication was really big in my house. As far as skincare, one thing that I feel like nobody told me was that witch hazel is not not good for your skin. I just found that out on TikTok. There's this boy who does skincare reviews. You may think like everything you see on TikTok isn't true. Yeah, that's true, but he also dropped all his sources, so anyone can go and look for themselves and see that what he's saying is true. Witch hazel is not good for your skin. The last one she said was how to handle fear. I feel like that's something I was told growing up. My mom has this thing, whenever we're scared of something, she'll just keep saying, what's your fear? What are you afraid of? She always says you have to say it out loud, because the more you keep it in, the more power you're giving it. Say it out loud so it doesn't have power anymore. Basically, I feel like I was told how to handle fear, and it's always been saying exactly what you're scared of. That way it doesn't have power anymore, and that way you know what battle you're fighting. And I feel like that is a good note to end on, and that was the last question anyway, or last random thing anyway. But anyways, like this video if you want to, share this video if you want to, subscribe to me if you want to, comment things you would like to see for fun, for not fun. If you have any more random things that you want to comment, go ahead and do that too. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This video is coming out on a Wednesday, so I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye.